Getting an update from the Lee County Sheriff about the search and recovery efforts following Hurricane Ian. Let's go ahead and listen in.
25 total rescues, 1,125 rescues. The death toll for the county at this point is 56, and we're still investigating 685 well-being checks as people have called since the storm. There have also been several calls for the same individuals. The areas most affected by the storm are very seasonal. My detectives are working around the clock to determine were they in this area when the storm hit, and we're working with family members and friends, and it's a process, so I appreciate everybody, being patient with that process. The factors we deal with are, was the person in the area at the time? Does the person have accurate contact information? Is their name correct? And also, the last time the caller was in contact with the subject. We are leaving no stone unturned. Once these are complete, we will have a definitive answer of the total number of missing people in Lee County. We're hoping and we pray they're okay, and we're doing everything we can to make certain of it. We are continuing to launch our fleet drones daily. This is because we're in areas that we can't access by car or boat, waterways, mangroves. We want to ensure that we do a thorough search and leave no stone unturned. We will continue to supplement our assets provided by the brothers and sisters of law enforcement all around the state, such as Hillsborough County, Clay County, Polk County, Jacksonville Police, the Brevard Sheriff's Office. It's all hands on deck. Now I'm going to break it down per district and give a thorough update. South District, Bonita Springs. The cleanup efforts on Bonita Beach are ongoing. My deputies will be out in full force for safety and security. We will continue to provide essential items to assist in the recovery efforts. Bridge assessments and repairs are continuing on Lover's Key and Big Hickory Island, but I don't have a date set for completion. Fort Myers Beach, Ground Zero, where we are. USAR has completed their searches. Fort Myers Beach is open. We have been escorting cleanup crews to remove debris and utilities onto the island. We've established security checkpoints along the routes to ensure that traffic moves efficiently and safely. I know it's frustrating to the residents that the traffic is backed up. Please be patient, please be kind, and understand we just got hit by a major hurricane, and there's going to be traffic, and every single day we're improving and getting better. We're working with Lee Tran to have a shuttle service to bring the residents back to Fort Myers Beach, and resource centers from the Sheriff's Office have been deployed strategically to give residents food, water, and fuel and essential items. The buses run from 9 p.m. to 5 p.m., and the last bus leaves 7 p.m. in accordance with the curfew established by town government. While we are not preventing anyone from accessing Fort Myers Beach, we encourage you, if you don't live here and you're not a contractor, we encourage you to stay away. Okay, I know people want to look at devastation, they want to see what's going on, but you coming here actually, it really hurts the process and it slows it up, because we want residents to get back into their homes to see what's there and what's not there, get their valuables, and we want contractors on here so when you line up in that mix, it slows things down tremendously. My divers are out searching vehicles and vessels that were submerged in San Carlos Bay. So far, 123 vessels and 23 vehicles have been located and searched, and thankfully, thank God, have 0 deceased inside. Now I'm going to cover Sanibel and Captivia, the Barry Islands. Lee County Sheriff's Office is going to continue to provide resources needed to the residents on island. The National Guard has departed. I provided assets to supplement the Sanibel Police Department. The chief there is a great man, they do a great job, and we work together as always as a team to ensure the safety of the Sanibel residents. Patrol vehicles, ATVs, drones, and manpower will remain on Sanibel Island to ensure of that safety. I'm proud to say Governor Ron DeSantis has done an amazing job making certain, looking at the bridges, looking at roadways, and because of his constant push, the temporary bridge construction remains on schedule. and should be accessible by October 29th or sooner. Folks, that is unbelievable to have a major bridge compromised. Our governor's done a great job, and I thank him very, very much. We will continue to supplement the Barrier Islands with manpower. Now I go on Pine Island. Traffic on the island has been free-flowing since last week. There are safety checkpoints set up to monitor the traffic, monitor what's going on the island. We're not stopping anyone from entering the island, but we encourage again that residents only or contractors only go on to that island. I want to allow the people that are out here the time they need to run as fast as they can, as safely as they can, to clean up debris and get back to that new norm. Lee County Sheriff's Office will remain in full force on that island for safety and security to residents. We will continue to monitor their needs and make certain they get all the essentials that what they need, such as water and all the above. Our East District, Central District, and North District are operating normal, the same way they did before the storm. Most everything that's been affected by water, we are extra patrolling. And as far as the countywide Department of Transportation, most all traffic signals are operational and functioning normally. I can't praise Florida Power and Lighting enough. As of today, they're reporting 99% of their customers have power. Their CEO and I have constantly communicated, and they've done a tremendous job. LCEC is reporting 89% of their customers have been restored. The CEO of FPL has assured me he's going to assist with LCEC to make certain it's one team, one effort, and we're going to get everybody their power back as soon as possible. Linemen from all over the country are working nonstop here in Lee County to get complete restoration of power, and I thank you for that. I've covered it every single day, every single press conference, but I want to be very, very clear again. As far as looting, unfortunately, we've seen 17 arrests in this county in regards to looting. Those that think they can prey on our great residents in a time like this, there's no words to describe how disgusting that is. But I can tell you this with crystal clarity. I mean business. Our great Governor Ron DeSantis, this is a law and order state. As sheriff, this is a law and order county, okay? If you walk into someone's home, you will be carried out. If you're lucky, you go to jail, if you're lucky. Okay, looting relating crimes at this point, we have law and order, and that's the end of it. I stand with our great residents. People have the right to be safe and secure in their homes. Those that want to pray, go somewhere else, leave our state. We don't even want you here. The great residents of Lee County, I thank you from the heart. The loss of life and property weighs heavy on everyone. If you feel you need to talk things over, we are here for you. When we take a hit like this, it's not only law enforcement, it's everybody, one team, one family. This is serious, serious trauma, and these times are very difficult. If you need help, you can call us. If you want to talk to someone, you can call us at 239-477-1000. 239-477-1000. We are here to help you. And any one of my family members will ensure that you get the resources you need during these difficult times. Lee County, my message to the residents, the great residents of this county and the state, we are rebuilding. We're making tremendous strides every single day, and I'm going to keep bringing you updates on exactly what we're doing every day moving forward so that you know the strides that we're making. United we must stand. We're going to be stronger than ever before. And as always, God bless our state of Florida. God bless you. And most importantly, God bless America. I'm going to take some questions. I'm sorry.
Can you explain the difference between the welfare checks that you're investigating versus the 3 missing people reports you got?
So the difference is between welfare checks and the missing reports. So welfare checks are when people calls in and say, hey, I need you to check on a person, a family member, a friend. Okay, it takes a lot of time to do that. This is very seasonal. A lot of times we have difficulty identifying a property and the contact information. Is it current? Do they have a current cell phone number? So where most people live out of state and it's seasonal, it takes a lot of time and effort to close out just one of those cases. Missing person means nobody knows where that person is, no one has spoken to them, and it's confirmed they are missing. And we pray that we can find them safely. We're not sure. It's going to require a lot of investigation, which we have been doing around the clock. And I'm also proud of my detectives who are doing that, who have damage to their own homes and have left their own homes, their wives, their kids, their family members, their husbands, and they come to work on this mission. And the selfless act of dedication is unbelievable. But there's a big difference in welfare checks. I can tell you the vast majority of welfare checks don't have the exact number, but thank God we've located people safely. Missing people, we want people to help us with those details, and that's why I hold their pictures up. Any information, please, please help us.
For how much longer are you guys going to be using drones to search areas of
The length of time we utilize drones, it's indefinite. I mean, we will utilize drones and every bit of technology we have until we are absolutely certain we have combed the area needed. We've done a comprehensive, full search of the area, and there's no stone unturned. We're in this. I mean, listen, we don't have all the answers immediate, and every single day there's more thrown at us. But what I do know for certain is we've made tremendous progress, and it's not just us. I mean, there are people from all over the country that have joined this team. Okay, you have construction workers, you have people picking up debris, you have FPL, LCEC. I get constant calls this morning. Senator Rick Scott, all the senators are reaching out. Our governor, every single day, his team is calling, contacting, anything we need. Our governor is delivering beyond, to the point where it's calls every day, and it's overwhelming the people that want to help, and I'm very thankful from the bottom of my heart. So right now we have identified all the persons that have passed. It was a process. We utilized our Andy machine, which is a rapid DNA machine, and investigations. At one point we had 9 unidentified, and then it got less and less and less. And we've done a really, really great job in that. At this point we have 56 that are, the death toll is 56. I stand here telling you that I wish it wasn't 1. When we talk about numbers, and I said this at an earlier press conference, yeah, we have 56. Well, these are 56 loved ones. Someone's, God forbid, mom or dad or a loved one, family member, friend. Every single one of them have an identity, and we wanted to make certain that we did that process as fast as possible, the identification process, working with our medical examiner. And again, my heart goes out not only to the people affected. We can rebuild these buildings. We can rebuild the concrete. But when you lose a life, there's no words to describe. So with a heavy heart, I'm with every single one of the family members. Any other questions?
Sure. We've had a lot of people come in and sit around the country. But the people here in this community, they're pulling together. How's that make you feel? When I'm driving through Cape Coral, between my own home, I see people like, what do you need? What do you need? Community coming together as one is Lee County.
So, sometimes when you say community coming together, sometimes tragedies, specific incidents and events are what brings that out in people. And, you want everyone to be kind, be a good human, help your neighbor, help people during this difficult time. But I'll tell you this state, and not only the state, but people all over have come to help, which I thank God for. In the county, as I drive around every single day and every night, I drive different places in different districts, and people come from everywhere and they say thank you, and they want to help. It's a great feeling. And my message is, don't forget, when all of you go away to the next story, I want all the residents to stop and think about the people that in a matter of hours or days have lost everything. Let's continue to be good to each other. Let's help each other, because together we're most strong. Thank you.
All right, there's Lee County Sheriff Carmine Marcino wrapping up his update for today, and a little bit of new information in his update. Let's start with the death toll still at 56. There are a number of well-being checks that the sheriff's office still has to do. He kind of talked about the difference between a well-being check and someone who is confirmed missing, but this is a process, he says, that the deputies and detectives have to go through. They have to make sure, because this was in places like Fort Myers Beach and Sanibel, seasonal places, they have to figure out if the person who was in a home is up north or somewhere else, and he did say it was a process, and they still have a number of well-being checks to do. We also got a little clarification on what's going on in Fort Myers Beach as far as people being allowed to get onto the beach and go over the bridge. He says they're not stopping anybody from going. Obviously, he said, we'd like to see just the people who have homes there or businesses there and who have work to do there go over, but he also said they would not stop anybody.
That's also the same situation for Sanibel as well. They're saying they're not stopping people. There are security checkpoints, but they're not stopping people from getting onto Sanibel, but they're just asking that it's sticks to people who are residents, who actually live there, our own businesses on the island, and then contractors or workers, utility workers like that, that are helping the island bounce back and get back up on its feet, because it's saying, you know, the traffic situation on both Fort Myers Beach and Sanibel are already kind of slow because the roadways are damaged. There's debris everywhere. And then, you know, most of these places only have one major roadway to get in and out. So let's not clog up and slow down the recovery efforts for the people who actually live there and need to get back up on their feet. Let's go ahead and limit the traffic as much as possible. We also know that there is a Lee-Tran bus that's bringing people who live on Fort Myers Beach back and forth. So if you lost your car in this storm, that's a way you can get there. And there is buses running until that 7 p.m. curfew to get people off of Fort Myers Beach.
A couple of other updates I know a lot of people are interested in. The sheriff said that the FDOT work that is going on right now to build a temporary bridge into Sanibel is on schedule. They're hoping to get that done by the end of this month, so in less than 3 weeks now. Also gave some power updates. FPL virtually all back. About 99% of customers in Southwest Florida who have FPL have power again. LCEC did not make its goal this weekend to have 95% of its customers back. Still large sections of North Fort Myers and Cape Coral without power right now. System-wide, the sheriff says about 89% of LCEC customers have power.
The sheriff also said that he will not be tolerating any forms of looting here in Lee County. He said that so far there have been 17 looting arrests just in Lee County. He's saying that this is something that's just not tolerated here in the state of Florida. He also was saying that the bridge onto the Sanibel Causeway, the temporary bridge situation, will be done by October 29th or sooner. He was saying that that work is really getting done on a quicker pace than they initially thought it would take. So by October 29th at the latest is what they're saying when it comes to that. They also said that they were searching the Fort Myers Beach area, the San Carlos Bay. We showed some video of that this morning where they're recovering cars and boats and things like that. And I thought this was pretty incredible. They said that they've recovered 123 boats and 23 cars. And thankfully, as a result of those, they've found nobody who had passed on from those situations. So no deaths with the 123 boats and 23 cars.
And that work continues even this morning. All right, so here's what's going to happen next. We know that Governor Ron DeSantis is due in Port Charlotte. He is going to meet in a matter of minutes with the Chief Financial Officer, Jimmy Petronis. We will go live there as soon as that happens. We are working to get you some more information about other news conferences that will happen today. We expect to hear from Lee County School District at some point today to get an update on where things stand with the schools. Obviously, there's some schools that have some damage. Some schools did not have power at the last update that we got from the school district. So we are anxious to see how the buildings are doing, but also when the school district believes that they can go back to school. Right now, they're shooting for next Monday, so a week from today. And other school districts are a little further behind. DeSoto County and Charlotte County are looking at the next Monday, 2 weeks from today, on the 24th.
A lot of developments that we are tracking closely. We know that our Amy Wegman has been in Charlotte County tracking the very latest when it comes to recovery from Hurricane Ian there. She's been there all morning long. She was at a food distribution site earlier today as well, where candidate for governor Charlie Crist was dropping off some donations. So let's send it on over to her because now she is waiting for Governor Ron DeSantis to speak. Amy?
Yeah, Yeah, Lisa, Chris, we just want to set the stage for you. So we are here, you can see the podium, and we are waiting on Governor Ron DeSantis. He should be getting here any minute to kind of let us know the latest updates with where we stand on recovery efforts for Hurricane Ian. Obviously, we have all kinds of information where you can get water and food and assistance with FEMA. So if you take a look around, we just want to show you, they should be walking up any second. There's food here, and forgive us, it's kind of a tight squeeze because we're kind of bunched in with all the media waiting for the governor, but there's food here. FEMA is here on site. They are working with people to get claims filed. They are working with you to process your insurance. I see the head of emergency management over there by the FPL truck, Kevin, if you can see him. So they're just kind of briefing and waiting. The governor should be here any minute so that he can talk and update us and update Southwest Florida, not just on where we stand with power and roads and clearing roads, but any other updates that we are going to be looking for. You can see all the sheriff's deputies here waiting too. So it's just a community effort. That is really the feeling anywhere you go in Southwest Florida. So we're here, and as soon as the governor takes the podium, and of course the Federal Emergency Management Agency and emergency response teams will have it live here for you on Fox 4 so that you can get the latest information.
Right, Amy, thanks for the update. They're still probably a few minutes away. It's not scheduled to go until 12:30. Sometimes these things run a little bit late. So as soon as the governor takes the podium, we will take you to his speech live.
We'll be right back.